Please hit the follow, share, and subscribe buttons. That really helps Right Field Politics grow.
The mugshot, we've all seen the mugshot. And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible.
Former President Trump speaking 2 weeks ago saying black people like him because he's been hurt and discriminated against. But that is not sitting well with some people. And you may know him from watching the NBA. That is Charles Barkley. But he's not happy with what Trump had to say. And he said so on national television. Here's his reaction.
If I see a black person walking around with Trump mugshot, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Charles.
No, Gail.
Charles.
Gail.
You really can't say that because, A, you don't mean that.
I mean that sincerely. I'm going to just tell you something.
And then you will be arrested for assault. And then what?
I'm going to bail myself out and go celebrate.
Depending on the state, he wouldn't even have to pay. Barkley, again, going on to say he would punch someone in the face, a black person, if they wore a T-shirt displaying this image here, the mugshot of the 45th president. Let's talk about it now with Stephen Davis. He's better known as MAGA Hulk, and he's back on National Report. Hey, Stephen, nice to see you. Just wanted to get your thoughts. What's your reaction to Charles Barkley, what he had to say?
I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. As a person of his size, his platform, he should not be espousing such things. It's egregious. He needs to be more careful of the things that he says, and especially since there's a lot of impressionable people who are going to listen to this and try to enact the same thing, which I would definitely discourage immensely, if you will, especially with someone like me. But it's actually rather interesting. This is coming from a person, the same person who once called Trump supporters crazy, right? I mean, who's the crazy person now, Charles? You know, as you sound like the prototypical unhinged leftist suffering from TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. So this is egregious. He knows better than to say something like this, and I hope that people don't take him literally in this regard, because they're going to land in a lot of legal trouble once they don't have the bail money to bail themselves out. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I think he needs to retract this.
Yeah, Stephen, I wanted to stay on that point. You know how you have these conversations on text messaging with someone and it doesn't come out or read the way that it would if you had the verbal conversation? So that's how I look at this moment. You see the laughs and it's banter between, Gayle King, Charles Barkley. You've got a live audience. Everyone's laughing. But if you actually took a transcript of what was said, would it be fair to say that there was there was racism used, again, only targeting a certain race, black people, and violence threatened, again, hitting someone in the face? If you just read that, that's what you would see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what's so ridiculous about this whole situation. No one's going to call this out. No one's going to talk about he's promoting the idea of black on black crime. He's not going to call this out and say, no one's going to call this out, especially on the left, and say that this is egregious, that you shouldn't promote the idea of violence, particularly against a certain race of people who wear a particular shirt at that. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. And if we really parse this out, and if anyone else, let's be completely honest, if anyone on the right ever said something of this magnitude, especially in regards to any Biden supporter, this would be on 24/7, 24/7 coverage. They would not let go of this. But it's okay when Charles Barkley talks about a Trump supporter or talks about some type of person, especially within the black community, who's supporting Trump, who is representing Trump and his mugshot. Yeah. You know, it's absolutely sad to see, but this is the unhinged actions and rhetoric of a person who's embodying the leftist mentality. That, like I said, the prototypical unhinged leftist suffering from TDS, and that's exactly.
Just wanted to point out, Gayle King, you watched. She tried to get him. She knew that. Okay, you're in dangerous water. Let me get you out. You didn't mean it. He doubled down.
Yeah, he did.
No, I mean it.